Hey everyone, I'm George. Welcome back to the video. So today we're gonna do a little bit of a different video and a different kind of thing I wanted to try out for a couple months, weeks, etc. So this video I'm gonna try to do something different and showcase some of my drawings that I've showed you guys some of my drawings a couple months ago in the video I made, but I didn't show many. I made a couple new drawings recently that I'm really proud of that I wanted to show you on the channel, and hopefully in the future I can make drawing videos. I think that would be a fun thing to do, especially in like whenever movies are coming out, etc. Note that some of these aren't done, so I'll probably skip around or just cut on from the video. But yeah, in case you are new to the channel, enjoy superheroes, games, etc. My name is George, and yeah, I talk about those stuffs mostly here on the channel. So if you enjoy this type of content and want to see more of this, consider subscribing. I have a lot of reactions and superhero videos on the channel in case you are interested, so consider checking those out. So yeah, let's get on to the actual drawings. This is my first drawing that I made on this notebook when I got it. And note that all of these drawings are made by a normal pencil and black eraser. I prefer black eraser because I prefer them for the texture and stuff. So I mostly use these. And pencils, it can really vary between different types, and yeah. The one I have right now is a Stantler Norris HB2. So in case you are interested, and this is a Daredevil drawing that I made. I'm pretty sure I made this when Daredevil Born Again either got its first trailer or when it was about to come out. Really proud of this one. I like the shading a lot. One thing I really like in my drawings are trying to go for a based off comics, but still have a more realistic approach in shading. This one is not my best attempt at shading, but I think I've managed to get better over the months and the multiple tries. My second one is Tim Drake Robin. This one was requested to me on Twitter. Once again, the shading is not the best, but I think I got the details right, especially on the shoulders, the pads on his arms, the armor, the mask. I'm pretty proud of how the hair came out, even though it doesn't look that good. I still like how it came out. I've always had a bit of a problem drawing hair, so this one is one of my different ones, which is the Adidas 81s. I'm a big fan of Anthony Edwards. The reason I got into basketball was because of Anthony Edwards. I actually have an Anthony Edwards jersey, which is good. But yeah, this is one of my favorite ones that I've made. Pretty sure this one and the next one are the only shoes I've ever made. I want to do more shoe drawings, and this is the Anthony Edwards one low. I like how these came out, but the honeycomb design on the sides don't look the best because it's a drawing, so those details are hard to replicate. This one of my favorite ones that I've made, which is Invincible, especially the blue suit Invincible. This is from the comics, and it's one of my favorite photos of the blue Invincible suit. Love how the hair came out, especially the shading and the shape, how it looks. I like how the muscles sort of defined throughout the drawing, which is also pretty good. I like how the shading came out on the black sections of the suit as well. One of my favorite drawings that I've made, I drew a Batarang, especially Ben Affleck's Batarang, just for fun, I guess. This one is one of my most detailed ones, one of my favorite ones as well, which is Battle Beast from Invincible. I got a lot of details from the actual picture and from the comics, like the skirt, the armor, the face. I tried to get the face as close as possible. I like how the mace came out along with the handle and etc. Sometimes, depends on the drawings, I'm very rigorous in shading, which is one of the things I like to do because it's a tedious process, but in the end it normally comes out looking good. I believe that everything you do that takes long and hard work eventually pays out. But yeah, I like how this drawing came out a lot. These lines here on the side are because I got the shapes a bit wrong, the proportions, etc. Like how this drawing came out. Next is Diamond Head from Ben 10. He's one of my favorite aliens. I just wanted something to draw and drew this. I've always loved Ben 10 as a kid. Always wanted to have like the Omnitrix toys. This is a lot different in terms of shading because he's a blocky character, so with the blocky texture. So shading is a little bit easier on these types of characters. Anthony Edwards. This is one of my first really like live action sort of drawings that I made on this notebook, which is Anthony Edwards. I like how this drawing came out, but I don't like the shading on the arms especially. I feel like I could have done a little bit better on that. And now I like how the hair came out a bit. Next is Scorpion. I like how the shading came out a lot on this drawing, especially on the arms. This is from Mortal Kombat 1, the game. This is one like a screen print I grabbed off the internet of Scorpion using the MK3 suit, I think. But yeah, I like how this came out. I like how the fingers came out. I like how the kunai came out. Yeah, I like how the colors sort of look in black and white and shaded. Now this one is one of my favorites that I've made, which is Nova. One thing I got really right is the details on the metallic parts, because in this art Nova has a very reflective metal, especially the golden parts of this suit along with the black ones on the helmet, etc. But I think I really got these shaded pieces right on the drawing, especially with the hands as well and the shoulders especially. I like how this looks a lot. So yeah, this is one of my best drawings, if I had to say. I really want to see Nova in the MCU soon. He's supposed to get like a show, I think, for Disney Plus, but I think that's only gonna come out in like 2 years or 3 even. So he's very far away until we get Nova, probably just after Secret Wars. This one is from your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, which is Spider-Man in that classic version of the suit. I made this, I think, after the finale came out, because I think this is from a shot from the finale with Doctor Strange, etc. The colors look interesting. I think I could have went a bit darker on the red areas. I'm not the biggest fan of the suit, mostly because of the logos. I think the logos could have been bigger in a different shape instead of having like the back logo on the front. I like how the lines look. I like how the shading look here on the side, but I based this off the animated style, so it makes sense why it looks like that. This one I really like because of how much shading and how much process it took to make the black and gray areas, which is Batman Beyond. I could have painted the logo red, but I think that probably would have ruined the whole piece. I don't like to color drawings because I'm afraid of the drawing messing up or something, but mostly because of just not wanting to do that, because it's a long tedious process. If you've seen most realistic drawings that have coloring in it, like pencil coloring, those take a long time to perfect, so that's not something I'm into. And I also prefer shading in stuff. This one is of Cyclops from X-Men 97. Cyclops is my favorite X-Men, so I wanted to give him his own drawing. And I like how this came out. It's supposed to be like the art style from the show, but I think I could have been a lot sharper on his hair, his goggles as well. And if you notice, I did paint his visor. I think that could have been special because Cyclops has that glowing red visor with the laser energy that he shoots out of his goggles. So I wanted to show that. I like how the fingers on his hand came out. But yeah, I really like how this one came out. This one is Scarlet Spider from Across the Spider-Verse. One thing I've always wanted to draw in this character, one of the reasons I've always wanted to draw this character is because of the rigorous shading that he has. That's how they made him in the actual movie. Made Ben Reilly have the normal comic suit, but still have a lot of rigorous shading on his arms, especially the red sections. So I like that a lot. I love how the eyes came out and this sort of shape here on the mask to show the shading, etc. I really like how this came out. This one is supposed to be Doctor Doom in Secret Wars, but I never got around to finishing or polishing this one. Just a random concept that went nowhere. This is supposed to be like Thanos's spine that he took off in the comic, because I think they were disagreeing about something and then Doctor Doom just grabbed his chest and just pulled out his spine. Really dark stuff that I'd love to see in Doomsday or Secret Wars. This one is Prowler Miles Morales from Across the Spider-Verse. I like how the shading came out, especially on the mask. It's a really simple one. I just wanted to draw him because I got a Funko Pop of his that I posted a short of on my channel when I got it. This one is one of my favorite Star Wars drawings that I've made, which is Jango Fett. Yeah, this is Jango because of the armor, and yeah, it's really kind of hard to tell on the drawing, but this is Jango. This was the intention of being Jango Fett, because I've always preferred his armor to Boba's. I think his colorway is better. But yeah, I like how this came out. This was an Anakin Skywalker drawing I saw, I think, off Pinterest. I think. I like how this one look. I tried to shade a bit of these robes and the bracelets and hands and the belt, those details, because of the light emerging from the lightsaber. So this area will look a lot lighter while the sides will look a lot darker because of shadows. I tried to incorporate my own details onto that because the drawing was only like the outline. So I tried to add those shadows in when I made the drawing. This one was a Darth Maul drawing that I wanted to make. This wasn't really based off anything in specific, but it was just an idea I got, I think, when the new Maul show was announced for Disney Plus, the new animated Maul show. But yeah, I wanted to make basically Maul staying in this sort of powerful position, holding his double-wielded lightsaber and the dark saber. I did get around to making the dark saber, but not as polished as I would have liked. The face could have been a lot sharper and a couple more details, but I never got around to making the arms designs, the gloves, and then the pants, or whatever he uses. I think it's like a skirt, but I'm not sure. This one was a random one, just a DualSense controller. This was because here in Portugal, I think last month, or maybe late April, I don't remember. There was like a power outage across Portugal, Spain, and I think a bit of France. So basically for like, I want to say like 10 hours, we were like out of power across the whole country. Like out of power, like we could use our phones, but there were like no Wi-Fi, no satellites, basically no electricity. Fortunately, there was gas, so we can take like showers. We're still in the dark, so that was not good. But I think like at 8 p.m. on that day, they turned out like a backup power, and I think right now it's now pretty much fixed. So that's at least of our worries. So I was just on my couch trying to do something, spend the time, and grab my DualSense controller because I own a PS5 and just tried to draw it out randomly. This one I think could have been a fun one because I've always loved to draw, Spider-Man's expressions. This one was supposed to be like a ultimate Spider-Man, especially with the shoulder thing here, with like the wide eyes and then the Spidey sense across. But I've always had trouble drawing the Spidey sense lines from the comics. I don't think it's something very easy because most of the time they do look a little bit warped, or they just don't look similar to the previous one. This one was supposed to be like a Miles Morales thing, but I never got into drawing that. The shading on this is a bit much, to be honest. So I like how this came out, but I'm not the biggest fan of the shading of it. And now, this one is one of my favorite ones, the ones that I've made, I think 2 days ago. I made this in like a span of 1 hour. I'm not kidding. I made this like in a span of 1 hour. One of my favorite drawings I've ever made, and made this because I've rewatched the Batman a couple of days ago. So here it is, Robert Pattinson's Batman. I love how this one came out. Drawing the dark black on the chest was a challenge because I'm using, again, a normal pencil. But I love how the shading came out on the cape. The image that I took reference of was in black and white, so it was literally this, like a white wall with Robert Pattinson's Batman just standing in front of it, with light coming from the back, and I love how this came out. I did my best to add shading to the face. I think the face is one of the things that I've always had trouble with drawing. I think came out pretty good in this drawing. Plus the shading of the cowl on the back of the head just looks pretty good. I love how the shading came out on the collar section of the suit and on the cape as well. So I'm very, very proud of this drawing. Just looks like one-on-one with the image. So I love how this one came out. And again, I did this like in a span of like 1 hour. I put something on the computer, just focus on this one, and I got it in like 1 hour. But yeah, this is what I could make drawing videos on the channel. But yeah, I really love how this one came out. Then, this same night of the same day, I made this one David Corn Sweat Superman one, because Superman is coming out in like 2 weeks. I already have my tickets for Superman, so I'm going to be watching that on day 1, July 10th, because it comes out like a day early here in Portugal. But yeah, one thing I wanted to emphasize was the shading on the arms, because in the pictures I took reference of, he has like a light coming from the left, so you can see here on the cape he has a lot lighter details along with the pieces of the arm. So I want to show this part being lighter, this one being like intermedium, the normal suit color, and then this part being a lot darker. I also tried to add as much detail as I can to the belt and with the trunks. I think I did very good with the shape of the crest. I love how that came out. And the face I had a little bit of trouble with, but I think eventually I got it down, along with the hair. The hair, I just erased a bit of it and tried to add a lot of lines, because in the picture his hair is curly, and I tried to do my best to replicate that look. So this one is the best I could do, really. But yeah, I really love how this drawing came out. Yeah, can't wait for Superman. I really want to draw the new Fantastic Four members, the suits. I love to draw the Thing. I don't think I could draw the Human Torch because of how it's a bit difficult to draw fire, especially with a dark pencil. So yeah, I think the thing I could draw him. In this, now, my most recent one, as you can see by the bookmark, is Miguel O'Hara, aka Spider-Man 2099 from Across the Spider-Verse. If you've seen Across the Spider-Verse, you know that Miguel has a very big physique with a lot of shading because of the art style that was chosen for his universe. And that's what I tried to replicate in this drawing. This drawing is from the part where Miguel, I think Spider-Man 20, Scarlet Spider and Spider-Woman go ahead to another universe to try and get Miles. This is Miguel when he arrives on that universe. So I try to replicate the black color on most of the suit, try to replicate the sort of red and blue streaks on this arm and on the face and lat. Not the lat, the trap. There's a lot of like dark blue details, especially here on the head, the side of the jaw and the side of the bicep. And for the red, I couldn't make too much because then it would look like the blue details. I just passed them around with a really light coat of the graphite from this pencil. This is the best I could do, really. I think it did look pretty good. This is also like a simpler drawing because he's already as an animated character, so it was a lot easier to manage. So these were just a couple of my drawings that I made on this notebook. I feel like almost like half of it. I still have like a lot of pages left. So that could be used for content. I love to make drawing videos here and on TikTok. I think that could be very cool. So yeah, let me know what you thought of this video, and if you'd like to see more drawing content here on the channel. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe, leave a like, and comment below if you want to see more art content here on the channel. And what do you think of these drawings? As I've said before, my favorite here, and probably the one I'm most proud of, is this Robert Pattinson Batman one. So what is your favorite? Comment out down below. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. I'm George. Peace out. Take care.